William Stephen Richard King Hall. Baron King Hall was a British naval officer, writer, politician and playwright. Like the son of Admiral Sir George Fowler King Hall and Olga Felicia Kerr, theirs was an artistic naval family. King Hall's sisters Magdalen and Lou also being writers. He married Kathleen Amelia Spencer, daughter of Francis Spencer, on the 15th of April 1919, and they had 3 children: Anne, Frances, Susan and Jane. He was educated at Lausanne in Switzerland and at the Royal Naval College in Dartmouth. He fought in the First World War between 1914 and 1918 with the Grand Fleet, serving on HMS Southampton and 11th Submarine Flotilla. He gained the rank of Commander in the service of the Royal Navy in 1928, before resigning in 1929. He wrote several plays between 1924 and 1940, including Posterity, accepted by Leonard Woolf for the Hogarth Essays. He joined the Royal Institute of International Affairs in 1929, having previously been awarded the Gold Medal for his 1920 thesis on submarine warfare. He entered the House of Commons in 1939 as Member of Parliament for Ormskirk unopposed, standing as the National Labour candidate. He later changed his affiliation and continued to stand as an independent, subsequently losing the seat to future Prime Minister Harold Wilson in the 1945 general election. During the Second World War, he served in the Ministry of Aircraft Production under Beaver Brigg as Director of the Factory Defence Section. In 1944 he founded and chaired the Hansard Society to promote parliamentary democracy. He presented a programme for children on current affairs on both BBC radio and television. He was invested as a Knight Bachelor in 1954 and was created Baron King Hall of Headley in the county of Hampshire on the 15th of January 1966. He lived at Hartfield House, Headley, until his death on the 2nd of June 1966. Bibliography. Political and Historical. A Naval Lieutenant, 1914 to 1918. Western Civilization and the Far East, 1924. Imperial Defense, The China of Today. The War at Sea, 1914 to 1918. Submarines in the Future of Naval Warfare, 1920. Thesis. Our Own Times, 2 vols, 1935. London Newsletter, 1936. Total Victory, 1941. Britain's Third Chance, 1943. My Naval Life, 1952. History in Hansard, 1952. The Communist Conspiracy, 1953. Defense in the Nuclear Age. Gollancz, London, 1958. Nyack N. Y. Fellowship, 1959. Common Sense in Defense, 1960. Men of Destiny, 1960. Our Times, 1900 to 1960, 1961. Power Politics in the Nuclear Age. Gollancz, London, 1962. Diary of a U-Boat Commander, 1918. As Etienne. In Defense in the Nuclear Age, he advocated a British policy of unilateral nuclear disarmament and national defense involving some reliance on conventional military force. This was to be supplemented by a defense system of non-violence against violence, what is often called defense by civil resistance, or social defense. In Men of Destiny he criticized all sides for the creation of the Cold War and further promoted his aim of nuclear disarmament. There have been several accounts and appraisals of his work advocating unilateral nuclear disarmament and defense by civil resistance. Children Letters to Hillary, 1928. Hillary Growing Up, 1929. E. Bain, London. The latter described by the author as building upon the foundations laid down in its predecessor Letters to Hillary. This book is for children from 12 to 90, a series of essays or talks on sociology, Plays Posterity, 1927. The Middle Watch, 1930. The Midshipmaid, 1932. Admiral's All, 1935. Tropical Trouble, 1936. The Middle Watch, 1940. Carry On Admiral, 1957. Girls at Sea, 1958. Radio BBC Children's Hour.